Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Muslimah to Muslimah. Sister, alhamdulillah, may Allah bless you for the effort and the time that you put in to give us brothers a little bit of hope. Your subject matter is right on point. Well, I want to start today by telling you a little bit about myself. My name is Abdur-Rahim. I'm a Muslim, and I've been looking for a wife for about 6 years. So the subject matter is something that I can speak from the heart. Now, I do apologize. It's real early over here. I haven't even got a chance to do very much other than make issue. But I felt it was warranted. I felt or saw that I didn't reply to something that needed to be replied to. Well, sister, you're right. To be honest with you, you're absolutely right. It's a problem. It's a problem. Brothers and sisters today get married for many, many reasons. Reasons that, I can't even begin to express. But I will say that the most important thing that I've noticed is that there's a lot of good people out there, like you stated. And you're correct. There's sisters that do. And I mean that's sisters that do marry for the dollar bill. There's sisters that do chase strictly for the dollar, trace strictly for the dunya. But in my case, I noticed that there's also men. There's also men that look for sisters for certain reasons, like their bodies, the way they wear their hijabs, the way that they, have a swagger or a style. Show that they have some types of determination in ways that are explicit. And if you get my drift, this is some things that the brothers talk about. Some that don't really understand Islam in its full capacity. Not many brothers who may marry for things that the Prophet has outlined. And the same goes for the sisters. Not many sisters out there that marry for what the Prophet has outlined, which the number one being deen. Many marry for wealth, etc., etc. So just from that point, I want to make everything quite clear that we living in perilous times when it comes to aspects and dimensions of marriage. Another thing I want to hit, since my profile has been put out there, being and searching and dealing with many, many sisters, I notice there's a lot of need. There's a lot of pain. Sisters come from broken homes. Brothers come from broken homes. The family structure, especially in the African American Muslim community, has been fragmented due to a lot of the pressures, social pressures that we've been under, due to communities being destroyed, whether it's through fitna or different types of ideologies and things like that. Many sisters are left to raise their children alone, and the pressure becomes to take care of these children economically, etc., etc. So they look for brothers who have a little more to give, rather than a brother who may fit a profile that may not have very much, or a brother like myself who is able to provide, able to give more than expected, but at the same time hold an Islamic view and standpoint of being or understanding that the akhirah is more important than this life. That focus and balance is very hard. But there are sisters who turn up that brother looking for the compensation because they are in single parent homes or they are from single parent homes. So they're used to having the comfort of knowing that the brother will give them what they desire, which can be a bit tricky. But this concept of seeking perfection, I was born Muslim. And so I'm the first to admit, when I got married the first time, as I am divorced, my wife was not Muslim. And I get a lot of flack for that. Brothers like, oh man, brother, you shouldn't have married a non-Muslim. You should have converted her. You should convert that sister. Then marry that sister. No, I don't know about that. I didn't really push the deen, although she wore hijab and other things. I did not force her to convert. Sisters said, brother, why did you marry that non-Muslim sister? She don't even know how to make stinjai. Why would you marry a non-Muslim sister? These are some of my engagements. My response to that was, alhamdulillah, she chose to do stinjai. And, alhamdulillah, we cooked together. Alhamdulillah, a lot of positive things came out of that. That's because Allah spared me from a huge, I guess you might say, me being new to the marriage scene, being a virgin, stuff like that. Allah spared me from a lot of heartache from that. And I thank Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, for protecting me from that. But I will say that this is something that is an issue, especially seeking perfection. And with me, perfection was being what I was, born Muslim, looking for a Muslim wife for so many years, not being able to get a Muslim wife. I was betrothed at a young age, and the woman I was betrothed to went to the dunya, and a lot of different, I was even engaged in high school, and the sister went to the dunya, and there's been a lot of stories like that. So many brothers who share the stories like myself really don't get their message put out. But there's a lot of brothers, you're right, who are out there who are good and waiting for the pleasure of Allah. There's believing men and there's believing women. They're out there. Brothers and sisters to the world right now, I'm telling you, they are out there. But there's believing men and there's believing women. And they're all good people. We are out there. But to conclude on this concept of perfection, we try to look for the sisters that have the deen. That's what the most important thing. And so whenever I see projects such as the Muslim or to Muslim project, it definitely, whether it's 3 a.m. my time or whatever, I'll do the best I can to reply, to let not only you sisters know that the brothers are out there, we're watching, we appreciate the effort, but at the same time, it's our obligation to let you know that there are still some vicegerents that are doing their job. Alhamdulillah, I'm trying to do my job. Being the oldest of 9 and having a mother who was a widow. So alhamdulillah, I've been doing what I've been doing. But inshallah, let this message hit the hearts of the sisters and let them know. Don't be so hard on the brothers. I'm sure there's bad brothers out there, but it takes a certain type to attract a certain type. And if you are attracting a certain type of brother or finding yourself in multiple marriages, don't spread that to the other sisters. Please give them hope. Give them hope that inshallah they will have the best mate. Because as Muslims, we are supporters and friends, awliya of one another. And we must not backbite one another. We must not hate one another. We have to love one another. Brothers are leaving and going to non-Muslim women. That's not their fault. That they found someone that they care for that's not Muslim. But at the same time, these brothers must look in their community first before going out. And if they go out, they should have the intention of bringing this sister, inshallah, with dawah in time into the deen and having children that submit their will wholeheartedly to Allah. A woman follows the religion of her husband. And if brothers were doing what they're supposed to be doing with their non-Muslim sisters, these non-Muslim sisters will be getting down. But alhamdulillah, I'm glad to see you, sister, in the deen. I give you my strongest salutation of support. Inshallah, may Allah make your struggle easy. May Allah make all of our struggles easy. Inshallah, I'm available. blackplightforyou@yahoo.com for anyone that wants to reply to this video blog. At the same time, I'm open for any intellectual discussions around this issue, and this will not be the last you hear about me, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Stay up.